Yo, yo, yo. It's Marky Mark's Terra. Yeah. Hey, Tanya. I mean, Tanya. Hey, Teresa. Tanya, Teresa. I'm half asleep. That's why. I feel like a zombie. Last night I got. Last night I left here at 12:30 in the morning. Last night I left here. I went upstairs. I prayed. Talked to my dad for a bit. Prayed some more. Went to sleep. I woke up. It was like 2:30, and I was like, "Fuck." So then I was like, okay, let me try and go back to sleep. So I went back to sleep. I woke up and then I was like, I gotta go pee. So then I sat up in my bed and I looked over at the clock to see what time it was and it said 5:55 and I started laughing. And then I listened a little bit more and all I heard was Diamond snoring at the top of her lungs and I'm like, oh Lord. Then I said, let me go downstairs and let me hey Tanya, hey Marley. So I went downstairs and I said, let me take this damn dog outside to go pee. So she got up one time, went outside to pee, came back inside. I went upstairs. I said, let me see if I can get at least another hour and a half of sleep. Went back upstairs. I was just dozing off, and then nothing. I just couldn't go back to sleep. And like, I felt like a zombie all day. Like I didn't, like I wanted to sleep during the day and I couldn't. It's like, I just can't. I'm like fucking annoyed, man. Oh, nice. Tanya, that's good. Get rid of the ants. Ants in your pants. So yeah, I didn't get much sleep yesterday, but I'm sure I'm gonna sleep tonight because I'm like super like blah. Like I have like a little slight headache, but nothing serious. And then like my eating patterns, my eating times are all like fucked up. It's 11:30 here, so I usually go to bed at midnight, so I'll hang out for a bit. But my eating patterns are all out of whack too. Like because on Friday afternoon I had like a lobster prepared for dinner, and when my dad passed away, I didn't eat the lobster that night because I lost my appetite, obviously. Then the next day, I pretty much didn't really eat much. Just drank coffee and water, and had like a sandwich, and that was it. And then yesterday, I ate so, and then today I ate much better. Today I actually ate 3 meals. So I said I have to eat, man. I can't like get fucked up and stuff. But today was a much better day, but because I didn't sleep, it kind of was like it held me back from doing more things. I wanted to do a lot more today, but I just didn't have the energy. I was just like, fuck this, man. I can't do it. But, I walked around the house for a bit, just walked around, sat next to the pool and just like took in the fresh air and just chilled, like. But I came live in the morning. Yeah, my brother and my two sisters and me are all off this week. We took the whole time off because the funeral was on Friday. Everything they picked out the coffin today. They went to the funeral parlor place, got everything set up. Everything's going to be ready. So it's pretty much the priest is going to call tomorrow and then they're going to do a viewing on Thursday night. But I'm not going to that. I told my mom, I said, I don't want to see dad in there. Fuck that shit. I said, I want to have memories of him alive. I said, it's bad enough I had to see him dead the day that he died. I said, I don't want to see that again. Sorry, mom. Oh, it's your dad. I said, look, I don't give a fuck. You can go see it. That's your husband. You can go see dead people in coffins, not me. That ain't happening. I saw that once and I never want to see that again. That ain't happening. See, they don't understand that I can see my dad in spirit, but they can't. I can see my dad. I've talked to him like the past 2 days, so they can't they can't see what I see. So it's different for me. I don't have to see that. I don't want to see that type of shit. One thing about me, I do mediumship, but I don't like to see actual physical dead people because that fucks with me. I don't like seeing that. Like when I saw my dad dead on that stretcher on Friday, that shit destroyed me into pieces. Like that made me feel like the worst I've ever felt. I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, this is fucking bullshit, man. Then when the ambulance left, I sat on the chair outside, and then he came to me in spirit, and I knew right away he was gone. I already knew it anyway, but you know, and that's it. It's life, and and because I saw that, I don't want to view him in a coffin. I don't want that. It doesn't look right. It doesn't seem right to me. But see, my mom has done that with her siblings, her mom and dad. She's like all about that. She don't care. But my sisters and stuff don't really want to see it either. But see, the thing is with me, it's different because I saw my dad almost every other day. See, my other siblings didn't see my dad like that. My oldest sister, she hasn't seen my dad in like 2 months. She don't go visit my dad and my mom. She'll call him on the phone. She ain't really seen my dad like that. She's the one who don't see my dad that much. And my brother sees my parents like very often, you know. He sees them like almost every other day too, because he lives next door to them. He lives like 2 minutes away. But see, my dad and my brother comes there to pick up the car because he's a fucking loser and doesn't have no transportation. So he borrows my mom and dad's car sometimes. And when the weather's shitty, he'll borrow the car because it's raining. He has a motorcycle. So he's actually pissed off everybody during this whole thing. But he knows not to say anything to me because he already knows how I am. I don't really say much to my dad. Don't even really say much to him either when he was alive. So he's just a dickhead. He's one of those guys who like sit there and complain about everything. He aggravates everybody. He's a fucking idiot. So like my when he came to see my parents, my dad would just like ignore him like pretty much, and my mom would like speak to him, but my mom's getting fed up of him too, you know. And I told him today when I had him in my van because I went to he we went to drop off my dad's car today to get like the bumper fixed because this lady hit him. It was already scheduled in, so we didn't unschedule. We just said fuck it, let's do it. So you know, I had him. He was in the car with me because I took him home, and I told him, I said, look, I knew you live right next to mom. Make sure you see her, every day for the next couple weeks. Make sure she's okay. Don't irritate her. And he looked at me and he didn't say anything. I said, look, don't fucking irritate mom, yeah? You don't have to baby her. She's a grown woman. She's gonna be okay. There's a lot of widows out there. All her sisters were widows. Her sister-in-law right now is 86. She's still a widow. She's not in a home. She takes care of herself. You know, her brother died last year. She's been a whole year without her husband. She's perfectly fine. Mom's gonna be the same way. So don't fucking irritate her. And he didn't say nothing back to me because he knows I'll slap the shit out of him. Like I hate when he aggravates my mom and my dad. Like he's a weirdo like that. He'll say stupid shit and aggravate him. And I told him today, I said, don't fucking irritate mom. And he don't say nothing back. I'll drop his ass somewhere and leave him there. He's 57. He's a fucking idiot. Like he just doesn't get it. And my sisters were so mad at him today. They was like, we should have never picked him up and took him to the funeral home. He's so fucking annoying. He's such an idiot. And I was like, I don't know who he takes after because mom and dad ain't like him. He's in his own little world. Like that's why his wife left him because he's just an idiot. Like he just doesn't understand just to shut the fuck up, like and just stop complaining every day about your life. And then like he like plays victim all the time, and it's like, man, just fucking shut up, man. I'm sure we all have siblings that are annoying, but he's definitely the most annoying. But I'm very happy that both my sisters are gonna pay for the funeral. They said it's not fair for me to pay like anything on the funeral because I do everything for my parents. I pay for everything at the house. See, when the roof had a crack, I fixed it. When the ceiling came down, I fixed it. I spent like 3 grand on that house this year just for fixing it up, like on like the roof and the ceiling and materials and all this shit. I even had to pay my friend to help me. I paid for everything, like, and now my youngest sister told my older sister, me and you are gonna pay for the funeral because Mark's done a lot. Mark does everything. He takes mom and dad to their appointments. He pays for shit. He fixes everything. Cuts the grass every week. What more you want him to do? Like, it's our turn to like pay for shit. So that fucking cheap ass bitch, she's gonna pay for half the funeral. Thank God. Cause I told my youngest sister she don't want to pay, then we guys will just deal with it. Or she said she would deal with it because I do more than my share because my sisters and my brother they can't do what I do. They can't fix shit. I do. I take care of the house and I pay for shit. And my youngest sister, she's paying for a lot, too much. My sister has a really good heart and cause she has money, right? So she always tries to help my mom and dad all the time, which rightfully so. And that's what I do. See, I do the physical part. Like I make sure their house is like, like livable and in great condition. And everybody when sometimes when people see me in the grocery store, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I saw you working on your mom and dad's house, man. That's so nice of you, man. You're a great son, man. Keep it up, man. Keep always doing things for your parents, man. God will bless you." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I know. Cool, thanks." People always say, "Oh, your mom and dad's house still looks nice, man. You did a great job." I'm like, "Thanks, thanks, yeah, whatever." Because they can see the house from the road. So if you drive by, you'll see me like working there. Because we live like right on the street. So when people come by, they stare and like they beep sometimes. They beep and goes, "Yo, Mark, yo." And I'm like, "Yo." And then they'll see me at the grocery store or somewhere. They'll be like, "Oh, I saw you working at your mom and dad's house, man. That's so nice of you to help your parents, man. These people don't want to fucking help their parents and shit." And then my older sister, like, she doesn't like me and I don't like her, right? Because we've had our differences. And things have been peaceful because of my dad's death and stuff. And, she invited me to her house on Saturday to talk about dad and all that stuff. So I was like, yeah, whatever. I said, this is temporary shit. After the funeral, I'll go back to being me, which is fuck you. I don't give a shit about them. Because they're fucking two-faced, They'll be cool with you right now and then stab you in the back later or talk shit about you afterwards. But see, my mom, she tells my older sister and my brother, she'll say, Mark did everything. Mark does everything for dad. Today he cut the grass and, oh yeah, he fixed this. Oh, he bought us that. He did that. Oh, Mark took dad to get his hair cut and did this. Oh, Mark, took dad's bike and fixed it. Mark took dad to the mechanic to go get the car done. Mark did this. Then she'll say, oh yeah, my sister did that. So like they get the point, like they knew. So it's like, it's your turn to pay now. Fucking cheap bitch. When my sister told me that she got my older sister to pay half, I was like, fuck, it's a miracle. Cheap ass Aries. So we got good news. Alicia's gonna help my youngest sister pay for it. So that's nice. I'm glad. I'm gonna thank her actually, even though I shouldn't, but because she never thanks me. She never thanks me for taking care of my parents. But I'm gonna be the bigger person. And I'm gonna say, look, I appreciate you paying for half the funeral for mom and dad. That's very nice. Thank you. And she'd be like, shut up, Hope. After Friday, I ain't gonna speak to you again anyway. Fuck out of here. Nah, I'm only teasing. Nah. For my dad's sake, I'll speak. I'll be cool. I'll be nice. My dad always wants peace between us, but it don't work that way sometimes. But he asked me to keep the peace, so I'll do it for him for now. But I told him I ain't promising him shit because I know how my siblings are. They're fucking idiots and they're very jealous and stupid. So I can call them some more names, but I'll keep it on the down low for now. Marley be laughing at me. But you know what? I always ask everybody about their siblings and they tell me the same shit. Everybody's got sibling wars, sibling problems, hating each other, don't talk to each other. Some of them are cool with each other, some aren't. It's just life. All because they're your brother or sister doesn't mean you're gonna get along. Yeah, see, it's just the way it is. And see, my older sister and my brother, they're very jealous of me and my sister because we're very close, and they're jealous that we work together and we help our parents. Let me tell you something that's fucking. Let me tell you something that's pretty sad, right? So my older sister, right? She wanted to make a collage of all the pictures from back from like when my dad was older, I mean younger to older and to the present, right? Do you know that she had probably 5 pictures of like the family? She didn't have no pictures of my dad recently. She had pictures of my dad when he looked like fucking Elvis Presley. Bushy ass hair with fucking sideburns coming down his fucking chin, his face. That's what my dad looked like when he was young. He looked like Elvis. Had that hair, that thick black hair, and that long sideburns, right? Cause that was his boy. Like Elvis was his favorite singer, right? My dad loved Elvis, like most people did his age, right? So anyway, I said to my sister, I said, this fucking dumbass girl. She's got all these old ass pictures that we already have duplicates of. I have all these damn pictures. Like, this shit's old as hell. I said, ask if she's got pictures on her phone from the past 5 years of mom and dad. She don't. She didn't have one picture of my mom and dad from the last 5 to 10 years. It was a fucking joke. She told my sister, "Oh, I know you have them because you like taking pictures." Bitch, we got every birthday of my mom and dad. Every single birthday, we have a picture of the cake, of them, the kids. I got more pictures on my phone of her own fucking kids when they were babies than she does. I have so many pictures of my nephews and my mom and dad and what every Christmas I take a photo from so we can see what we look like from every year. Right? I got a picture. I have it post. I had it posted up on my Facebook forever. It's a picture of all six of my nephews and me from like 4 years ago, and then I take another one and another one, another, and every Christmas I say, "Come on, guys, it's time for picture," and they're like, "All right," and they start laughing because everybody looks different every year, right? And they're all different heights and shit. And I started that tradition with them from day one. I always, when all six of them were born, I always used to like take pictures of all of them all the time for Christmas, and we would see the difference like every year. At least I did it, you know. And I'm saying to myself, you guys ain't got no pictures of your damn kids or your own mother and father. What the fuck is wrong with you? I have so many pictures of my mom and dad. Holy shit. All the time. And they hate that shit. My mom and dad don't really like taking pictures. But I would sneak a picture in when they weren't looking. You know how many pictures I have of them on Sunday? Every Sunday when I go down there, my sister would say, "Oh, how's mom and dad?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're good." And then I'll take a picture of them and they don't even know I'm taking a picture. And I'll send it in the chat and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, they look cool." And then and my nephews would say, leave grandpa alone. Cause I always take a picture of my dad sleeping, right? Cause he'll tell me, "Oh yeah, I saw the game and you know that." I say, "You didn't see no damn game, you saw the eyelid channel. That's what you fucking saw. You saw the eyelid channel. You was like this and you had your glasses on, you was like that, look." And I'll be like, "Oh yeah, shot by goal, yeah." And he'll be looking, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, I see the goal. Oh yeah, nice goal, yeah." But 2 minutes later, he'll be like this again, look. Then he'll look at my mom, and my mom goes, "Oh, you're sleeping." And he'll go, "Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit, you know." And then he'll tell my mom, "I'm thirsty." He goes, "Well, get up and get a drink." She'll be like, I like when you go get it." My mom's like, those two, they fucking cracked me up when they were talking shit every Sunday. But this year, my dad and mom told me a lot of things, like told me a lot of stories that I've never heard before about all these people that we know and like things what happened to them back in the day. Like, cause you know we're all older now, right? So they can tell us everything. And it's almost like my dad told me a lot of things this year. When he was in the hospital in April, he told me a lot of things. And then this past like 6 months, he's told me a lot of things that I haven't heard him say before. It's almost like, you know, he knew he was gone. So he wanted to let me know a couple of things that, you know, happened in the past and, you know, what happened, you know, with him and my mom and his family and certain people that we knew, like cousins and shit and all that. So like he was a good storyteller like me. Or, you know, I was like him. I'm like him. I can talk shit all day. So, but he's more of like a person who can tell you like a story and tell you like experiences that he had and stuff. So I have a picture of him and my mom on the couch, uh, and I'm gonna get it like in a frame because that's where they always were every day on the couch together watching fucking Portuguese soap operas. So I got two or three different pictures. I'm gonna make like a collage, like put them all together of like my dad and my mom, and I'm gonna get a nice frame and put it on the wall at the house so she could see like all the stuff, all the pictures that I took. And then when my other siblings go down there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is looks nice. Who took all these pictures?" Mark. "Oh, okay, yeah. What are you having for dinner tonight?" "Oh yeah. Oh, Mark did that. Yeah, fucking bastard. He got some damn pictures. 'Cause they don't care. Like they don't care. If you don't have pictures of your mom and dad, Like recent ones and all that, man, you should be ashamed of yourself. You gotta keep that shit recent, like so you can. The last picture I took of my dad was September 21st, which was not even less than a month ago, 3 weeks ago. I took a picture of him and he had a blanket on top of him and he was in his lazy boy chair and he had like a blanket on him because he said the air conditioner was making him too cold. So, and I took a picture of him with his blanket, right? And I sent it in the chat and they were laughing. That was the last picture I took of him. It was funny as hell. So like I always have like recent every Sunday I take a picture of and I just send it in the chat and talk shit. And my nephew goes, leave grandpa alone, man, he's old. So it's fun. Like and my nephew said, I'm so glad you sent those pictures now. Cause now we can laugh and say, yeah, this is what he did. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? So anybody who still has their parents alive, take pictures, man. You'd be surprised like what that means after they're gone. And I know some people don't like to take pictures and shit, but you know, like I got selfies with my mom and shit. But my dad, he won't take no selfies. He'll just like get the fuck away from me. Like, but I'll sneak a picture of him and he ain't looking, cause he's like he was half deaf anyway, so like he wouldn't hear the click, so he wouldn't know like I was taking. But my mom hears it. She's like, "You take a picture of me? I tell you, stop taking pictures of me." And I said, "See, mom, look, you were talking shit about me taking pictures of dad. Now you're glad I did." So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do probably next week. I'm gonna get a whole heap of pictures together, and I'm gonna get a nice frame. I'm gonna get like 10 pictures of him and my mom, and I'm gonna like hook it up. We're actually doing one for the funeral too, so I'll make sure I show you guys. Yeah, exactly, Tanya. A lot of people don't like their picture taken. Like I don't either, but like I'll do it. Like if my nephew like and I do a selfie, or we talk some shit, or we take pictures of each other. Like we always take pictures of each other when we're like and talk shit about each other, and like like just do like funny shit or make a meme or something. So I don't mind doing like that. It's cool. Oh, there you go. Certain people aren't meant to like take pictures, and you're not supposed to because the word didn't mean anything. So it's all good, Tanya. I know how it is. Some people are like that. My aunt B, she used to take pictures every single time. If I ever saw like her collage of pictures, that shit would take like forever. But it's nice to take pictures. It gives you memories. All right, Marilyn, thanks for the super chat. You said is SLR going to set up a meeting with. I would say in the next 5 to 7 days, I feel like you'll get a meeting with SLR. Yeah, I got 5 to 7 days. So today is Monday, the 13th. So I would say from now until next Monday, there's a possible meeting for sure. So I would say from now until Friday or now until Monday. So the next 7 days, I would say that SLR is going to set up a meeting with you. I got all positive cards here. Yeah. I got a yes for that. And I get a time frame of 5 to 7 days. Hey Brian, how you doing? Doing all right? Good. Hey, Rudy. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. All's good. Brian, I would say between you and Casey, I see like some difficulties between you guys. I see like a period of like having a stalemate, like not like really doing too much. I see like maybe this person might cancel plans, or he might like not face the fact that, he's got to do things, and but he doesn't want to. He might make some mistakes, or you guys might dispute over someone, or talk or like, argue about someone, or you and someone else might argue about you. I mean, them and someone else might argue with you. But I don't get nothing. I mean, I feel like you guys can work together, but personally, probably you're gonna have some difficulties. So I feel like the guitar playing. I feel like Casey will still be the guitar player of the band, but as far as him like relating to your decisions and being like cool with you outside the band, I think that's gonna be difficult. I feel like he has his own visions, his own ways, and he's gonna be like difficult to deal with. But personally, but I feel like if you really want him to be there just to be the band player and not and be the guitarist and that's it, then I would say, then that would be okay. I feel like this person will be a good guitar player and you can keep him on the band. But as far as him being like more than a band, like a guitar player and being more of a friend and like someone to talk to, I would say no. Like I feel like this person's probably going through some difficulties. So if you're expecting this person to be like all friendly and shit and cool, I would say not really. But I would say they will. I feel like they still will be in the band and play the guitar though, because that's what they love to do, and they're willing to work with you on that aspect. But otherwise, that nothing more. Yeah, Rudy, it's been tough, but I'm okay. You know, it's been a tough journey, but it's only been a few days. But today they got all the funeral arrangements done, and my mom got better sleep last night. I spoke to her on the phone twice today, and she's okay. Obviously, it's hard losing my dad, but she's okay though. She hung out with like my sisters. My sisters took the whole week off, and me and my brother, so we're there with her every day, supporting her, making sure she's okay and stuff. Yeah, so she's cool. She's all right for now. Obviously, it's still it's yeah, Marilyn, my dad passed away from a heart attack on Friday afternoon. So, um yeah, it sucks. But we kind of knew it was coming, like he had heart problems, and he always had gout. He had problems. He had diabetes as well. So, it's a matter of time, but you know. But he's in a better place now. He doesn't have to suffer anymore. And the funeral was on Friday, and yeah. But I'm hanging in there. For me, it's kind of different because I talk to spirit and deal with spirit all the time. I already spoke to him already twice in spirit, so it's not going to be the same, obviously. But you know, it's all good. I'm not really like devastated or anything because I know I have him in spirit and he can be here anytime he wants. I already told him that, so I want him. I spoke to him and I told him that I want him to be with my mom and make sure she's okay. So But otherwise, that everybody's a little better now. It's Monday, good Tuesday, so it happened on Friday. Um, but yeah, yeah, I love my parents, and I was really close to my dad, so it's kind of shitty for me because I saw him die on Friday, and that wasn't good at all. So, but it's all good. Like I obviously it happens, and I just have to live with it. That's all. But like I said, with me it's different because I know in spirit he's gonna be here all the time. It just sucks that I can't like see him or watch football with him like physically, but I can do it in spirit, so it's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna take care of my mom and take care of the house like I always do. That's his wish for me to take care of the house and my mom, and I'm gonna do that for him for sure. So yeah, life goes on. I'm not gonna let my life stop. I know he won't want that. So otherwise, that is cool. Thanks, Marilyn. Thanks, Rudy. I appreciate it. But life goes on. I don't take death like too literally because I know that spirit in spirit they're always there. So it doesn't like bother me that much. Friday is obviously gonna be difficult with the funeral and stuff, but after Friday, I think I'll be fine. I'll be like over it and just like live life. Just be cool. Like I said, my main concern now is my mom. So, but she's a tough cookie, so she's cool. She'll be all right. She's gonna be all right. I've been taking care of them all this time, so it ain't no different. Marilyn, thanks for the super chat. You said the cancer text me a hello. I text back. Why won't he just call? I don't mean to, man. I mean, let's see, wait for me. I don't know why he's not calling Maryland, but I'm getting that he's not gonna call. I think he's gonna continue to text or things like that. I feel like, I don't know if I told you this last time or something, but I see like a lot of like past resentment with this person. I don't think they're gonna want to move that fast. I think it's gonna be a slow moving process with this person. So if you want to be patient, then you can be. If you're not patient, then it's probably not gonna be like nothing you could do about it really. But at the end of the day, I think he's taking his sweet time because of what's happened to him in the past, and I think that people on the outside looking in, are like bothering him or irritating him at the time. But he also doesn't want to like push things too far too soon. I mean, I know that's like it's just the way it is. Some people like they take past resentment too literally. But I think that he's not gonna put in a lot of effort right now. I think like a text here and there is gonna make him feel like I'm doing my part type of thing. I know it's frustrating, but I don't see him like calling and calling out of his way in the next like day or so. I think you're gonna continue to get text messages. I know. Like I don't get that he wants you to call him either. Like he probably doesn't feel like he wants you to call. He'd rather text. I mean, texting is like the new age bullshit anyway. Not me. I rather call somebody. I need to hear somebody's voice. I ain't texting nobody. I'm calling your ass. But I don't see him like, like you asked if like is he waiting on you? He's not waiting on you really. He'd rather like just text and just say take his time, take its course, you know. Unfortunately, but that's what I got, man. Thanks, Rudy. I appreciate that. Everybody's told me that I'm always the one, comforting everybody because people are, when they die, I'm always like telling people, hey, look, in spirit, they're gonna come to you and this and that. So everybody's like, yeah, I'm eating my words now because it's finally my turn, It's finally my turn. But it's cool. I can handle it. And I appreciate you guys being here for me and showing me love and all that. I appreciate it more than you think. But I've had a lot of support from my friends here in Bermuda and calling me and, texting me and shit and asking me. My cousin called me this morning and stuff. A lot of my friends like know everybody knows I was close with my dad, so they know that we love watching football together and stuff. But like I said, the last like year or so, he hasn't really like been up here that much, and that's why I bought him like the box so he can watch the football at home. 'Cause I didn't want him driving at night or riding the bike. He was getting too old. Like so, this year we didn't really watch too much football together like we used to because he was deteriorating. So and he wasn't that great. He didn't want to ride the bike or drive the car that much. But it's all good. Now he can watch it with me anytime. Cause he ain't gotta go nowhere. He just float around like a spirit. So I can't wait for this weekend when my team plays after the funeral, and I know he'll be here watching the game with me. So this weekend will be our first game with in spirit. So I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. See, that's how I look at things, and that's how everybody should look at it. I wish everybody had that mentality. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, that's not true." I say, "All right, well, step into my chamber. I'll make you a believer." All right, Brian. Thanks for the super chat. Brian, thanks for the super chat. You said, "Is Casey going to stay in the band, or is Paul going to take his place?" I feel like the cards are saying that Casey's gonna stay in the band. I mean, I pretty much told you that just in the first question that he's willing to work and do the band thing. He's just not gonna be like friendly outside of that. Like he's not gonna be like buddy buddy with you guys, but he definitely wants to play in the band. At least from now to the end of the year. I asked the cards, is he gonna be in the is he still wanna be in the band and will he be in the band from now to the end of the year? So it says yes, that he will be. And even going into next year, I feel like he'll still be there. I mean, the only way he's not going to be there is if he gets into like some argument or a fight and you guys get rid of him. I don't think he's going to physically like leave. And I'm not getting Paul taking his place. I don't get that. I don't see Paul taking his place yet. Is Paul going to take his place? Yeah, I'm getting no. Paul's not going to take his place. Like I said in the first time, and I got it again in here, that the Casey guy, I feel like he's gonna continue to be in the band. He's gonna work he's gonna do his part. But I see that he has problems in his life, and he's gonna be kind of difficult to deal with outside the band. But I feel like he'll put his dedication into the band when he has to be there. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Only you can answer that question. But I feel like Casey wants to be in the band and he's gonna continue in the band unless you guys get rid of him for some reason. But I just feel like he doesn't want to go anywhere. He just has issues in his personal life that he has to deal with. And if those personal issues are getting in the way of him like being in the band, then he might just up and leave, but I don't see it happening like right away. Tiny. Yeah, thanks for the support, guys. You know it means a lot to me, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm all right. Like, it's difficult to sleep at night and think about it. And like I said, I have an image of him that's not so great. My last image of him is not that great, and it's him dead on a stretcher, which I thought that I didn't, which I wish Spirit didn't show me that. But I guess that's my karma because you know I gave him a hard time a lot, and he gave me a hard time, and I kind of like when he's a real pain in my ass, and I get so frustrated with him that I would say, if one day he dies, like I'm not gonna fucking miss his fucking bullshit, and I'll get so mad, like because he is very stubborn, and he is a pain in the ass, like to deal with, but he's not a bad person. You know what I mean? He's just annoying. Like he's very impatient. Like he wanted everything done now. He thinks that I was gonna like stop whatever I'm doing and come running down the house and do something. Like he had that weird, way that I didn't like, but like I said, I never hated him. I hated him when I was younger because he kind of like aggravated me so much. He kind of like was ruining things, but now that we're older and stuff, and like the last 20 years have been great. I don't have. When I was younger, I was a pain in the ass. I'm not a saint. I drove him crazy. I know I did. So like when I saw him dead on that stretcher when he was leaving the house, that was Spirit's way of saying, "Hey, watch what you say, yeah? Don't talk shit about your dad." So here you go. Now you get to see. Remember you say all the time that if he dies, you're not gonna be missing his bullshit. Well, guess what? Here you go. So I feel like that was my karma from him, you know, from God, from God to me, for him. As if to say, don't disrespect your dad. And because you did sometimes, here you go. So like I honestly like it just sucks. And I was the only one besides my mom, and I had my nephew with me too, which I wish I didn't have because I didn't want him to see that. But he said he's fine. He doesn't. He he didn't. It didn't affect him that much. He says it was fucked up to see, but he moved on from it. Yeah, exactly, Teresa. It's not a good thing to see. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it, man. It's like an image that I'll probably never get out of my brain. Seeing your parent there, your dad there, dead on a stretcher, and people pumping him and trying to get him to live. It's not a good sight to see. But I feel like, God wanted me to see that, you know. Yeah, I mean, I understand that, Tanya, too, but like sometimes I feel like it's karma for me because I used to say shit like, about him. I mean, I used to, diss him because he was such a nuisance. But it's just the way he was. It's just the way he is. And, I'll always like, love my parents, and I did a lot for my dad, and my dad did a lot for me anyway. So like I said, that's how I felt about him, because he always aggravated me. Like he always found a way to annoy the shit out of me, you know? And like he knew he was doing it, but like he just didn't care. He did it anyway. But one thing that changed between me and him was him actually thanking me for doing things for him, which he never did before. So like the last like year, he would say, "Oh, thanks for cutting the grass. Thanks for like taking me to the barber shop. Thanks for driving me to the appointment today. Thank you for going to my doctor's appointment with me. Thank you for helping me." Because when he was on a walker back in April and May, he was on a walker. So I had to like fold the walker, put it in the car, make sure he goes in the car without hitting his head. He couldn't even turn like this. I had to like bring the seatbelt over to him and click it in. Like, back in April and May, he was all fucked up when he came out of the hospital, right? So I had to help him. Like, I had to help him a lot. And then because I helped him a lot, he would say thank you finally. Like I was like, oh my god, finally this guy said thank you for once in his fucking life. Like, but my dad he's like a special breed. But at the end of the day, he knows what I do now. My secret is out because I never told him I was a medium or psychic or anything. But he came to me no problem, and like I said, it's a part of life. I just feel bad for my mom. I can handle the death because I can talk to him in spirit. Well, my mom obviously can't, but I reassured my mom today that my dad is with her, and she just gotta believe that. So I'm gonna keep drilling it into her mind. Hey, Starlight, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. And every person who I know that's lost a parent have told me about it. So I appreciate everybody preparing me for this day, for this time. Because I honestly thought it was never going to happen. But when it happens, it feels like weird. Because right now I feel weird. I feel like it's not true sometimes. Or I feel like why did I have to see what I had to see? And why was it me? Why couldn't it be somebody else? But then I said it was meant for me, like, it was meant for me to like see, him pass away and stuff like that. So it makes me appreciate like spirit more because they put me in that position. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. Yeah, I like I said, I was prepared to know that he was going to pass away any day now because he was pretty bad the last like couple weeks. Like he was like finding it very difficult to live. But he never wanted God to take him though. He wanted to live. But at the end of the day, your time is up. Your time is up. And I kind of felt it was coming because of the way he was deteriorating. He was good in some ways, like he would eat 3 meals a day, no problem. And he'll like, he'll be able to drive the car. He did what he had to do. He took a shower. But the problem is like his body was deteriorating. His fingers were all fucked up from arthritis and gout. His feet were always swollen. He had no energy, no power, because his heart was 30%. He was always walking with a cane for the past 3 months. And 6 months ago, he was walking with the walker. And then he got physiotherapy and made him better. Then a nurse was coming there every other day to fix his like wounds. And then after that, it's just like he's like, okay, I don't need you guys come to my house no more. I'm fine now. I'm good. And I'm like, all right. So and he was pretty good. But then like he thought because he was good that he was gonna like be able to do whatever he wants. And then bang. But it's all good. You know, it's a part of life. I'm not mad or anything like that. I'm actually happy that God took him because he was suffering too much. I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. You know, I don't. I'm sick and tired of seeing him in pain. Fuck that. Yeah, I agree, Tanya. I agree with that. You know, your statement there. I agree with you. And Rudy, yes, we can talk to him every day. That's perfectly fine. I have already done that already. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Star. Like, you know, as soon as my dad passed away, I talked to him in spirit, and that's when I knew he was gone because I didn't want to believe he was gone. But when he came to me at the house, right when he left, when his body left in the ambulance, he came to me in spirit right away, and he just told me like what he told me. So, and then last night I spoke to him again while I was praying, and he came to me again, and he said the same thing. He was like, "Just please take care of the house and your mother." And I was like, "All right, I'll do that, no problem." You know, the thing with him is like he loves that house and he doesn't want that house to deteriorate. And because of me, the house looks good. But there's a lot more work to be done. And now that he's gone, I'm gonna fulfill his wish, which is, you know, do a paint some stuff, make some shit look new, you know, fix up the garage, and that's what I'm gonna do. From now until Christmas, I'm gonna fix up the house. And I promised him that I was gonna do it. So next week I'm gonna start. Next week Monday, and the funeral is all finished and everything's gone. I'm gonna go down there every day for a couple hours and see my mom, make sure she's okay, and I'm gonna work down there. And if my mom sees me every day working there, it's gonna make her feel better, you know? Because one, I'm there. Two, she sees the house looking good. And I'm gonna tell her that my dad came to me and told me that. Like, I'm gonna tell her like I had a dream. I'm gonna bullshit her and tell her, cause I don't want to tell her I'm a medium and all that stuff, cause she ain't gonna believe me anyway. But I'm gonna tell her that he came to me in a dream and told me to fix the house, and that's why I'm here. What you think? Yeah, Starlight. It is a beautiful experience, but you know now I understand what people mean. How the physical part and the spirit part is two different things, which I already know, but I've experienced it. You know. Marty's, I think, yep. Well, that's the thing. You gotta ask him, and he'll come to you and tell you. You know. Sometimes the wish that they have is very simple. Take care of yourself. Take care of your children, your house, whatever. That's what they you. But if you already know what they want, like and they confirm it, like I know my dad. My dad doesn't like his house all like not shit, not painted and shit fucked up. He never had that house looking like shit. I mean, the house looks fine. It just needs a few things here and there. And I told him that I'll do it, but he wanted to pay for it. And I told him no. So I said, look, if you're not going to allow me to pay for shit, then I'm not going to do it then. Because he was fucking ignorant. Like he never wanted me to like pay for shit. And then finally, he like my mom like told him, look, just let Mark deal with it. I paid for it anyway. He couldn't do nothing about it because they can't work a computer and go online and transfer money to him. But that my mom used to give me like cash in an envelope and write my name on it, and she would go outside and she'll put it in my glove box of my car. And then she'll call me like when about an hour later and say, "Oh, go in your glove box." I put money in. I was like, "Mom, what the fuck? I told you I don't want no damn money. I tell you I'm gonna do it for free. What the fuck is wrong with you?" I don't say fuck to her, but I'm just saying like So then you know what I would do? What I would do is I'll take the money, right? Whatever money she gave me, I would go straight to like the bulk store, right? It's like a Costco's or whatever you guys out there. It's called Price Rate. I would go there. I would get a 6 pack of Bounty paper towel. I would get like oil, right? I'll go get like what else did I get? Oh, water. I get like cases of water and shit. And I'll get whatever but if she gave me like $100, $200, $300, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and buy pure shit. Then I'll come back and she's like, oh, what you doing here? I said, oh, open the door real quick. I got something for you. And she'd be like, I told you that money's for you. You work hard here. I give you the money. I don't want it back. I said, I didn't come bring you back the money. I said, I bring back shit that you bought. So I would like come from the bulk store and I'll take all the bulk shit and put it in my old bedroom and I'll tell her, look, here it is. So you can have all of that. And so you just pay it for it. I'll say, I'll get you back. You ain't putting that money inside my van getting away with that shit. I've been telling her forever, like, stop trying to give me money. Yeah, I know the old school ones. I'm telling you, my parents, they're stubborn as fuck. Yeah, exactly, Star. Like that, she'll have her experience. I know she will because I told my dad. I told him in spirit. I said, "Look, you need to go hang out with mom. Please make sure she don't fall. Make sure she's okay. Please protect her. Don't worry about me. You come here on the weekends to watch football. Leave me alone. You go deal with her. You know." And I said, look, I'm going to be down there after the funeral next week. I'm going to be down there every day because I'm going to go down there. I told my sister I got to go down there and I got to start doing some work down there. So that way, it makes mom happy and keeps her mind off of things. And my mom knows that my dad would love to have like certain things at the house fixed. So that's the least I can do. I just need good like weather, because everything I have to do is outside, not inside. Inside the house is immaculate and it's fine. I renovated the whole inside of the house already. But now that my dad's gone, I'm gonna tell my mom that in the new year I'm going to rip out the carpet in her room and I'm gonna ask her if she wants carpet back or she wants vinyl floors in her bedroom. So and that way while I do her bedroom, she can sleep in my old bedroom. So I'm gonna renovate her bedroom because it needs to get renovated. I worked on it this year. I painted the whole room and got it all prepared and painted the ceiling and all that stuff. I did that like a couple months ago. So I fixed up her whole bedroom and painted it all, freshened it up. But the carpet in there has been there for like 30 years. I tell my mom, I ripped this fucking carpet up, man. Get rid of this shit. And I said, look, if you want to put carpet back, that's fine. We'll put carpet back. Yeah, that's what they do, Star. Like they hide the remotes and shit, and they fuck around with TV and lights and all that. You know, it's the way it is, but it's all good. Hey, Caddy, how are you, sweetheart? You good? Yeah, everything is all right though. I'm gonna make sure everybody's okay. I'm gonna make sure mom's is okay, and I know my dad and spirit will be there. You know. Yeah, I'm okay, Caddy. I'm talking about you know, my dad and stuff, and how I'm gonna deal with him in spirit now. And we all go through these things, at the end of the day. My dog's snoring in the background, by the way, so if you guys hear that, she can't help herself. Yeah, one thing about me, Starlight, I'm alright, you know. I honestly, my sleeping patterns and my eating patterns have not been right since Friday, but um, you know, I'll be alright. I'm a tough guy. I'll be cool. You know. At the end of the day, I'm okay. I can, like I say millions of times, for me it's different dealing with death, because when somebody's gone, I can always talk to him in spirit, so it doesn't phase me. And anybody in this room can do the same thing. You could talk to spirit and somebody in spirit every day. Just like how you pray to God, God's a spirit too. Jesus is a spirit. Your past loved ones are spirits. You can talk to them, they're gonna hear you. And they're gonna hang out with you if you invite them and you talk about them and you bring them in. You don't have to be a medium to do that. To talk to spirit, you don't have to be a medium. You can do it. Anybody can do it. You just gotta talk. But like if you are a medium, then you can actually see them in spirit and talk to them in a different way. But you don't have to see them if you're not a medium. You can just talk and they'll listen. They're there. Trust me. Yeah, thanks, Caddy. I appreciate it. It's all good. It's life, and I know he's in a better place now. I know he's not in pain no more. So to me, that's like the best part of this whole thing is when you die and you become a spirit, you no longer feel physical pain. So I knew my dad was in. He was all fucked up. Yeah, like I said, he had arthritis, 30% of a heart, diabetes. It was time. And I don't mind. Like I said, it's gonna be hard not seeing him physically, but I know I can talk to him in spirit anytime I want. And I'll see him in spirit, and I know he's gonna give me a lot of power now. He's gonna be every person who dies in my life and becomes a part of this team that I deal with to get answers and do this work. And now I actually know why God has put me here almost every single day for this whole year. He was preparing me for this moment. Now I know why that my life changed this year, especially on here. It's meant for this day. He was preparing me for this day, and that's it. And I'm the first one to say, don't worry about people dying, because in spirit you got them forever. So we'll always miss the physical part, but you can always have the spiritual part for the rest of your life until you become one. So you never lose contact if you really think about it. You just prepare yourself for the life that they're living now. You understand? That's how it goes. You just have to keep looking at it that way and understand that that's the way it's going to be from now on. You ain't going to see him no more physically, but you can see him in a dream. You can see him in spirit, and you can definitely talk to him. So what's the problem? And people say, well, physical is the best way. Of course it is. But seeing the spiritual part of it is another level. Like it's so, amazing to see. And then when you become a spirit, you be like, hey, look, all this time I've been talking to you, now we're reunited. So it makes it even more of a wonderful thing to experience. But a lot of people don't look at it like that. But that's their problem. Absolutely, Starlight. I agree, and I appreciate you being here. Yeah, exactly. The dreams are lovely, like. Yeah, exactly. See, that's different. See, me, I don't really get the dreams like that, but I get him appeared to me in spirit. He has appeared to me twice already since he died. And all he keeps telling me is to take care of my mom in the house because that's all he really wants from me because he knows I do everything else. He knows I'm putting in the work. He knows how I am. If anybody, he knows me better than anybody. So he might come to me in my dreams. You never know, but he doesn't have to because I can talk to him, on the side. So that's all good. I found some more pictures of him that I took and stuff like that. So it was nice to get some more photos like that I had in my archive and my my external hard drive and shit. I had like pure pictures of him and stuff. So it's all good. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the funeral on Friday. That's all. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to like seeing people and having my friends there and family and giving them a good sending off and like I said, for me it's a lot different because I can see him in spirit whenever I want. So and I know he's gonna help me. That's one thing I know for sure. He will help me. You know. So don't be surprised if you see me get more powerful with my readings from now on. One thing about my dad, he did believe in psychics though. He believed in them. He was kind of skeptical, but he believes in them. Because when his mom passed away, right? He like when she passed away, obviously him and his brother were on the will, and she had like some money left from all the expenses and from the funeral and everything. So the person told them it's gonna take a while or whatever, blah blah blah. So he says, "Oh, I wish I knew a psychic, right?" And then I tell my parents that I have a psychic friend, which I do. But half the time I just use her as like the scapegoat, so that way I can just say it's her and not me, right? Because I don't never wanted them to know about my psychic stuff. Because they believe in it, but they would rather not have their son do it. So anyway, long story short, uh, he said to me, "Oh, ask your psychic friend if I'm gonna get my mother's like inheritance, you know, soon or whatever. Like ask her when she sees it." So I started laughing, right? I said, all right, I'll ask. So when I got home, I shuffled some cards. I got a time frame. And I said, oh, you're going to get it in November. And he says, oh, this psychic you're talking to is crazy. There's no way in hell I'm going to get the money that quick. And I said, Dad, you asked, I told you, you're going to get it in November. And I think it was like maybe mid June that they got the letter from the lawyer saying that it's going to take, a couple months to get, the inheritance or whatever, get your parents' settlement or whatever. So I got November, and no lie, it was like November 20th. He got the money in his account, and he says, "Hey," he called me. He goes, "Hey, tell your psychic friend they're good. They said November. I got it. I got it today in my account." I said, oh, "Okay, cool. I'll let her know." And me, I'm there laughing to myself, right? I said, "Look," I said, "Look at that shit." Spirit told me November, and he got it in November. But he thought he wasn't gonna get it in that year. He said, "Oh, this is gonna take forever." I said, "Well, psychic said November, so he might." So he believed in it, but he probably would have never thought that I was doing it. But now he knows. Started. You said, Mark, at a staircase. There's a man with a hat on the bottom steps. Yeah, if it's a man of a hat, that's my uncle. He's always here. Everybody tells me that there's a guy of a hat here. That's my uncle. He wears them Kango hats. He's a gangster. He died back in 2001. He's like my second dad. He's my godfather and uncle. So if you see a man with a hat on, that's my uncle. He's always around. He's probably gonna be around more now because my dad's here. Because him and my dad were very close. Yeah, I can take your question and then I'll probably go sleep after that, Caddy. But yeah, I'll take it. It's cool. Anything for you, sweetheart. You know that. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if you want to. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's all good. Marty. Marty likes a pack. She likes talking. She likes when I talk shit. It's okay, Teresa. Don't worry about it, Teresa. It's okay. Yeah, that means it works. Yeah, you can ask your question. Thank you. Yeah, if it shows up like that, then it works. Yeah. Oh, good Lord, good Lord. Thanks, Starlight, by the way. Okay, Tanya, don't cry. Baby, don't cry no more. Wasting time. Okay, so I don't know how to word this, but I found out Gemini was messaging some chick and he fed me this fake story and then later revealed he lied. Now he's told me another story which he swears to be true. Now Saturday he asked for my sister's number and invited her out to our date for Halloween at the haunted woods. What? On God's green earth? I didn't know you had a sister. Oh, really? Hmm. So why the fuck would he invite somebody who he can't stand? Huh. That's weird. That's some crazy shit. The fuck's wrong with these people? Hey, Fiona, how you doing? Oh, good lord. That sounds like some whack ass shit. I ain't worried about if it's cheaper. I ain't want to go nowhere with nobody that don't like me and I don't like them. I don't give a fuck how much it costs. I'd rather pay more than pay somebody attention. Fuck's wrong with this guy? Oh yeah, that's right. He's a Gemini. You know what they say? You're either a Gemini or you're a Gemini. Okay. You know, you're one of my favorite Geminis, right? But I know you don't lie to me. But, oh, good Lord. So your sister lied. Your sister thought your sister legit thought he was trying to ask her out. At least that's what she says. Oh, this sounds like the fucking Young and the Restless. I would cut them both the fuck off. You know, Fiona said my brother's a Gemini. We aren't close. Me, I caught them both for a fucking lying. You're lying? Alright, well, that's it. This is what I'm trying to tell, like you, and I'll tell everybody else, right? If people lie to you, right to your face, you caught them the fuck off. You're not supposed to be lying to nobody. Once you lie, if you've been dating this Gemini forever, and you're gonna keep like dealing with him, and he's lying to you, so just imagine like he probably lied to you other times too. Of course, the claim of love is easy. I can tell you right now, I love you. You know, I love you, Caddy. You know, I love you, Caddy. Caddy, whatever. You know, I love you. You know, blah blah blah. And you be like, you know, I know Mark genuinely loves me, but he loves me in a different way. Like, you know, you see what I'm saying? I can tell you that every day. But you can be like, yeah, you don't love me, motherfucker. You love this damn coochie. Or you just love me when they come in here or something like that. Love is shown, not talked about. You know what I'm saying? Despite our bath time episodes, you know. Oh, see, there you go. That means spirit showing you, right? We just finished talking about spirit, and your dad's in spirit, my dad's in spirit now, right? Right? So that's your dad and spirit showing you, hey, look, you're dealing with a bunch of fucking lying motherfuckers. Now it's your turn to cut them off. So if you don't cut them off, then you're gonna keep dealing with the lies. I'm told you this already, and I'm told everybody already that if you're fucking lying, then fuck off. That's it. I don't know why people just don't want to do that. I'm not saying you're not gonna do it, but me personally, you know, I ain't did. You lied to me, yeah, I'm done. I'm out. It ain't fucking happening. You ain't disrespecting me and lying to my face and expect me to be cool with you the next day or the following day or be like forgive you for anything. That ain't fucking happening. But even still, he lied. A lie is a lie. A liar don't have proof. But a liar can also tell you the truth and a lie at the same time. They only tell you the truth when they get caught. So like I said, it's up to you to deal with him. Of course it's truth. I'm a liar expert because I got lied to my whole life. I'm still getting lied to today. Well, you can lie to me all you want, Because guess what? Spirit says, liar, liar, pants on fire. Exactly. Exactly. You guys, this is one of my long friends on here. She's been here from like day one. This is my true gem, Caddy. Caddy. I call her Caddy. Even though that's not her name, but I call her Caddy. Yeah. I've known her forever. You know. You guys don't know her, but she's been here. She's been here forever. She visits me every now and then when her Gemini acts up. You know. I saw SR all over. I saw SR looking good, looking sexy. She looks so happy. I'm so happy for her. She's come such a long way. When you talk to her, tell her I send my love to her. You know. I know, right? She's come such a long way. I'm so proud of her. Yeah, tell her I said hello. You know. So what do you want me to check then? You want me just did I answer your question or you want me to check something then? Because from what you're telling me, my advice to you is to cut the ties and get rid of him. Because if he's gonna keep lying to you, then what's the sense of being with somebody like that? Now, if you've lied to him, then I guess it's even, right? You're getting karma for lying to him and not telling him. So you got only you can answer that question. You know, if you've done the same thing and got away with it, then you gotta say, well, I guess I'm getting my karma because I'm getting lied to right now too. Now, if you haven't lied to him about shit, you know, and you feel like he's lying and your sister's lying, then you gotta cut that cord. That's up to you. It's up to you 100% to like move on and deal with him or just shove the lie underneath the carpet and say, yeah, fuck it, it's all good. Gemini, bye bye. And back in the day, I used to have a lot of Geminis in here, and I used to say, once you go Gemini, you can't deny. All right, I'll check. So you want me to do tarot blackmail then? All right, I can do that for you. That's my specialty. Mm. I mean, I don't see him like cheating on you or anything like that because I don't see a woman here in the cards at all. It's just him, his young Gemini Knight of Swords ass is right here. That's what I see, the Knight of Swords, which is a person who like does shit and fears, but at the same time, when they show action, they try to be brave about it, but then they get into a negotiation period or like a period where they talk to the person and they're like, trying to overcome an obstacle and like say shit that, being careless and being thoughtless and like lying and shit. So I would say like his energy is like I kind of probably think that he did it on purpose to like probably get a reaction to see if you'll give him more attention. That's what I get. I got that he did it as, in a careless way. So I don't think he's I don't get that he's cheating because I don't see another woman. Well, there you go. That's your answer because it's right here in plain sight. And he shows up in the reading, the Knight of Swords, which is a Gemini, a young Gemini, and I knew he's young. So, but he wanted to see if like that will increase something in you guys like life or something, or how you were gonna react to it. But I don't see him cheating or anything like that. I actually got all positive things here, but just like him being like, a dickhead about shit. Yeah, there might be a woman he talks to, but like, cheating, I would say no. Just talking to somebody ain't cheating, but you know. Yeah, exactly. That's why he did it. I'll check the situation with the girl that you're telling me. Um, you know what? I don't even see like even though you saw a woman's name on the phone, I don't even think it was a woman. I just think it was like either a fake ass number or like a person that that. And even if it was, I would say it might not even be a woman. It could have been like a fake account or something, or like one of his friends, you know, putting the name on his phone and like him like just doing it. Or if it is really a woman that he was texting, the woman is reversed here. So she's suspicious of him and like, not really wanting to deal with him anyway. So this woman shows up reversed here, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And that's a woman that's suspicious, him leaving her in suspense. Like, why would you text me if you're with somebody? Like. So she's probably mad that and doesn't trust him because he did that shit to her. So it's either one of the two. I feel like this woman doesn't even exist anymore. And I also feel that maybe one of his friends just put this woman's name as his number, and then you know how you could put somebody's name, right? You could say add contact, and my name is Mark, but I can put Marquisha or Mariette, you know. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's what honestly what I think he did. Like the person doesn't even exist. It was like a test. Like it was a fake name with a real number, but it's just like just fake shit, just to see what you would do. Because when I get when I ask that question and the woman's reversed, it means that either it's no woman or the woman doesn't exist, or like he just said, fuck it. Like, I'm going to test the situation out. Well, there you go. Sloppy second. So, Caddy, I would say there's nothing to really worry about. If he said, if he said he wanted to test you to see how much you love him, this isn't the first time that he's done it, right? Because we've been through this situation already. Exactly. Because once you go Gemini, you can't deny. And plus, she can't work it like you. You know, I know that. So I would say you have nothing to really worry about. Nah, she ain't on your level. because she don't even exist. Honestly, I even had spirit tell me that there is no woman. It's just like a fake bullshit account thing. Anybody could really do it, you know. You know. To me, honestly, it don't even exist. Because when I got the woman reversed, that means the woman either doesn't exist or they don't even fucking care. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I would say confront him about it because I feel like that's what it is. Because I heard it and I saw it in the cards. So I just think it's just a fake number. Anybody can do it, you know. Anybody can make a fake number. See, there you go. So what Starlight wrote. See, it's a Gemini tactic. See, Geminis, that's why they're called Geminis. And that's why once you go Gemini, you can't deny. See, see, my Gemini sayings are always, you know, all right. I know you Geminis. I know you guys. I know how you are. I'm an air sign too, but I'm not an airhead. Well, you know, two Geminis together, that's what's gonna happen. You know, they outplay the other one or they test the other one. There you go. Can't make this shit up. I'll be sure not to date any Geminis unless I want some good coochie. Mercury, yeah. Nah, not you guys. No. Shit, I had the craziest Geminis in here ever. You, Vanessa. Oh my god. Between you and Vanessa, you drove me nuts. I ain't seen Vanessa in a while. Yep, you and Vanessa used to drive me nuts. I think it was somebody else. Oh, hell yeah. I enjoyed it all. I love talking shit. Especially when women talk shit, it's even better because, like, I know I'm not offending anybody because I know they're gonna talk shit anyway, so it's all good. Yeah, I think it was like Geminis and Virgos in here. Yeah, because it was you and Vanessa were the Geminis, and then SR and Sue that passed away, they were the Virgos. And then I had some other people in here too. So it was like the Virgos and the Geminis that were the shit talkers. There you go. No, the Young and the Rest. When I said it sounds like Young and the Rest, is because he was bullshitting her. You saw what she wrote. She wrote that he said this, then my sister did that. So it sounds like brother, sister, boyfriend, all that shit. Like, oh, it sounds like the Young and the Restless. But come to find out, it was just made up bullshit. You know. There you go. But there you go. But That's the thing, you know. It's like a Young and the Restless fucking saga. All bullshit, lying, talking shit. Yeah. Oh hell yeah. 5 years ago, you would have broke his heart and his teeth. Oh, the good old days. It was so much fun. Now I have a more conservative, type of crowd, and nobody really goes off like talking all that D and all that shit in here like that. Sometimes we get rowdy, but not like back in the day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. Shay and Lulu know what time it is. I haven't seen Lulu either. Yeah, of course we still can. That's not a problem. I'm always ready for that type of bullshit. How about your mom? I ain't seen her in a while too. Yeah, I know Fiona. It's okay. If you were here back in the day, you'd be able to write a fucking book with 1,000,000 chapters. I had all crazy bitches in here. They were all crazy, all loud, all talking shit every day. You think it's bad? If you think this is bad, this ain't nothing. Back in the day, shit. Yeah, I could make it into a book, that's for sure. Oh, I know. Trust me, I can take a lot of people's lives that I read in here and make a book out of it for sure. But I ain't got no time for that shit. It's all still on here on my channel. I have so many videos. Anybody can just go in there and watch a video that I made from back in the day. Shit. If you rewind 5 years ago on one of these lives, you'll laugh your fucking ass off. You'll see me talking pure mad shit. All these girls in there talking mad shit about D all day and sex and all sorts of crazy ass shit. You wouldn't even think it was a terror channel. You would have thought it was Sex in the City. Oh, if we all partied together, we be fucking, we be going crazy. I would love that shit. It almost happened though, but then COVID ruined everything. Cause remember I was gonna go to visit all you guys. I was coming west to visit you guys, and then I was telling everybody that January when I came back from Boston, I said I'm about to plan a trip for March to come see you guys on tour. Next thing you know, fucking COVID hit and ruined all my plans, and then everybody like kind of was like, "Fuck, this is some bullshit." Oh yeah, Fiona, that's what I just said. All those lives of all back then is all up here. But see, I had a lot. I was on Instagram a lot too, but all the Instagram ones are gone. Cause I deleted the Instagram ones because they was like a little bit too rowdy. I had to delete those, but the YouTube ones I still have it on here because that's where it all started was on here. But when we went over to Instagram, we got even dirtier. The Insta ones was like private shit. Like it was only like a couple people that there was like 10 people that were in there every night. And it was all 10 horny girls talking shit, no filter, X-rated type of bullshit. On Saturday nights, I would like dress in red and I would pull out the sex cards and I'll be pulling sex cards for everybody because all these women wanted to know if they was gonna get some D. It was all about sex and talking shit. It was like dirty terror. Yeah, all the positions deck, which I can't do on here no more. That's why I did all that sexual shit on Instagram because they didn't care. They didn't give a shit. But on here, I can get in trouble. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that back in those days, I had a lot of crazy women in here that thought that they were my girlfriend. There was a couple of them on here. But I honestly, I don't, I miss those days because it was fun. We talked a lot of shit. But then when my friend Sue died, it kind of went downhill after that. Like nobody, everybody was devastated, and it took me, it took me a while to like want to do that type of stuff again. And a lot of the people that I dealt with back then, they're gone. They only come around once in a while. Where it used to be at every night we used to like look forward to going on Instagram and talking pure shit. But there is videos on here where you can see that we were talking pure shit, and you'll see True Gem's name in there. So if you go to a video like 4 or 5 years ago and you see it on here, right? And you see True Gem in there, you know what time it is. And if you see another name that says Vanessa, that's trouble. Her and Vanessa were the worst, and SR, her twin. Those three and Sue were the craziest. Then my other friend Elizabeth, she was my moderator. She was in here every day talking mad shit too. Yeah. We had yeah, SR and you was like twins. That was the good old days. That was the best time. Even True Jam's mom was in here too. She dragged her mom in here. I was reading for everybody in here. Yeah, Lolo. Lolo was in here. Yeah, but she didn't come in here that much. Yeah. Her and your mom came in every now and then. I had pure people in here. It was so much fun. We had so much fun, man. Yeah, Sue was a lawyer. Yeah. SR comes in here from time to time. Yeah. She's like she's doing so well now. I'm so happy for her. Yeah. We did so much crazy shit in here. I would read all these girls' sex lives and all that shit. It was funny as hell. Dan, you missed it, man. Yeah, I know. Me too, man. Cause I know her situation, and I know you obviously know her situation. Cause remember, like you guys used to tell me everything, you know. But to see her now and to see her on Instagram looking beautiful and happy, man, that makes me so fucking happy to see her that way. 'Cause I know she's been through a lot of bullshit, you know. When she first came in here, she was going through her divorce. She was all fucked up. She was mad, She was then, when her dad passed, that was even more drama. And now she looks amazing. Like she's come a long way. She's doing so good. I'm so happy to see her like that, you know. Cause I know her like, I've known her for a couple, for some years now. I've known you and her for like probably 5 or 6 years or more. Cause I've been on here for 6 years. So we've always had like a good time in here. Fucking shining. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cause I met SR in Lisa's room, and then that's when she introduced me to you. Yeah, you're right. That's how it went, and that was like 5 years ago. So I'm probably known you for like 5 years or more, maybe. You know. Yeah, exactly. It takes time, but it can happen. But you just gotta work on yourself. See, she worked on herself a lot, and she looks like amazing. She's so freaking happy. You should see her. Like that's why like I can say what I'm saying now because one thing about her, I know what she went through, and I knew that she was like in a bad state of mind. Now she's like in the last 5 years, she's come a long way, and I'm so proud of her Cause I've read for her numerous times, and she was in here like every day. She came in here not too long ago, probably like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. She came in here to visit me. So it's nice to see everybody that I used to talk to come in here every now and then, and you know, they get a reading or they want to talk some shit or just say hello. So it's nice. It's nice to see people like come out of the bullshit and go somewhere and be happy. Like that's what I always want. I always want that for everybody. I really do genuinely want that. I want people to like, you know, better themselves and make something out of themselves. And when I see it, I'm happy for them because I personally know the situation because I'm read it. So now that I see her, I'm just like, yeah, so fucking happy for her. But yeah, yeah, for sure, Starlight, it is. It is. All right, guys, I need to go. It's like 1:15 in the morning, so I want to go get in my bed. I haven't had much sleep, but tomorrow it's supposed to be shitty weather here, so I'm gonna get some rest. And I have a long week ahead of me. So yeah, the funeral is on Friday at 2 o'clock. So by like 4:35, it should be all done, and that's it. So I just honestly I just can't wait till it's all over so I can like completely like let it go and just be like, okay, spirit time. You know, that's just how I feel. But I feel so much better now that I talk to you guys. I wasn't gonna come on here, but I've had so much great support from everybody, and it means a lot to me. Like sometimes I want to cry, but I don't. I try not to. But like I've had so much support. All I did was post it and talk about it, and everybody's like, "Mark, you always there for us, so now we're here for you." Like and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So it's like it makes me feel good to be on here, like and talk to everybody. But yeah, my family's doing okay. My mom slept better last night. Her voice even sounded better today. I had a shitty night last night, but I think I'm gonna be able to sleep properly today because I feel much better now. And I haven't been eating much, and but today I ate pretty good today. I ate good. I didn't eat a lot, but I ate okay. I didn't eat too much because I'm not still not right. It's just too like fresh, and you're always worrying, thinking images. So it's still fresh in my mind, but I'm doing all right. And so is my family. They're doing okay. So I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys always. And it's so nice that we're always there for each other, and I appreciate you guys' support more than ever. So, all right, Caddy, you're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you too. I'm so glad you came by. Fiona, Starlight, all you guys in here, Tanya, Marley, Dan, whoever else is in here. Love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be here because it's supposed to be raining and shitty weather. So if it is, I'm probably gonna be on here. All right, guys. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.